Cool.
And
Now,
I, again, have a boundary set. Leave my family out of your jokes.
And what's the boundary?
I just told you, leave my family out of your jokes.
Okay, you gonna tell anybody else that?
The room don't do it.
No, everybody do it.
No, they don't. I'm speaking to you because you do it. You set it off. You'll do it. You flip. I pay attention to this.
We go in a circle.
You tired of it yet?
Ice, why did you go in on Flip like that?
Can I answer it? Where's the go in at?
I've been very adamant from the beginning that I don't play content over everything games. I respect those who do, but I don't.
All right, listen, I'm not even about to sugarcoat this anymore. I really can't stand this dude at this point. I really tried. But after watching that JBP Rewind, I already knew I wasn't about to enjoy it because it featured two people I've consistently had issues with on that pod. Still, I pressed play because with everything going on, the narratives, the tension, I needed to hear their takes for myself. Now, hold up. I'm not diving into rumors about Mona. I'm not doing that. But what I will say is this. Mona, come on. I know you've got more energy that you've been given lately. That's as far as I'm taking that, period. But let's talk about this clip, because this might be one of the longest segments they've ever run on a Rewind. And of course, it's centered around Flip and Ice going at each other again. Ice is telling Flip to keep his partner's name out of his mouth, don't mention his family, all that. But here's what had me tight. Right before Ice popped off, he literally said, "I'll be home," like that was some kind of flex. Man, what are you even talking about? Flip only outside when he's working. Content is his job. That's how he gets paid. And then in the same breath, Ice turns around on the same Rewind talking about how people think he stays inside, but he is actually outside. Like, bro, pick a side. You were either the family man you claim to be, or you were moving the same way Flip is, just with less transparency. Now, don't get it twisted. I was heated, but I'm not about to act like Ice ain't getting money, because he is. Dude got brand deals lined up. Crazy. And I respect that hustle. I'm not taking that away from him. But money aside, you can't clown Flip for behavior you exhibit yourself. And you definitely can't throw shots, then turn around and act like you're respecting boundaries when he responds. Because let's be real, how long have you been hinting that Flip cheats? You've been throwing that narrative out there without ever saying it directly. Meanwhile, Flip has never come at your marriage like that. But the second he sets a boundary, suddenly it's, "I respect it." Nah, you don't. You really don't. And then you try to clean it up by saying everybody jokes at each other, like it's all fair game. But then you admit some clips had to be cut because of what was said about Flip. So which one is it? Because now it's sounding really selective. And don't act like Flip is the only one who's had stuff edited out, because that's just not true. A lot of those moments got pulled because things went too far in general, not just because of him. But here's the part that really got me. When Joe made that joke about your girl, that's where all this started. And instead of checking him, you turned around and went after Flip for laughing. That's backwards. Everybody saw it. That's why people are siding with Flip on this. And the craziest part, you don't even acknowledge your role in it. But let me tell you something. When it's on camera, your body language tells the truth your words try to hide. Go watch that clip again and look at Ice's face the whole time. He couldn't even look at it straight on. That wasn't irritation, that was straight dislike. So at this point, just say it. Just tell Flip you don't rock with him. People would respect that way more than this passive-aggressive energy. Because of the tone you had in that moment, that wasn't about boundaries, that was personal. Now, to be fair, Ice has checked Joe before, so I'm not gonna act like he never speaks up. But it's different when it comes to certain topics, and you can see that. And I know exactly where a lot of this tension started from. It even came up again recently, this time involving Imani. So don't be surprised if that turns into another issue real soon. Remember that moment when insecurities came up and Flip mentioned Ice's fingers bleeding? Yeah, that hit a nerve. You could tell Ice was genuinely bothered because that was something he never wanted out there.
And now that it's been brought up again, it might open the door for even more shots. Because once people know what gets under your skin, they don't let it go. And Imani, he seems like the type to keep something tucked just in case. So this might not be over at all. But circling back, What really threw me off was Mona's clip being the first thing they played. She straight up said Ice and Ish weren't needed and could be replaced, flat out. But did she get checked for that? Nope. Instead, Ice is talking about how cool they are in real life. So because y'all have a relationship, that comment gets a pass? But Flip laughing at a joke gets him pressed. Come on now, that's inconsistent. Joe crosses the line, no issue. Mona disrespects, no issue. Flip reacts, and now it's a problem. That's why people are on your head, Ice. It's not hate, it's frustration with what you're showing on camera. And the wild part is, your past adds to it. Just like Melissa had to deal with her history being brought up, you're dealing with yours. But the difference is, the audience is the one pushing that narrative about you. Even when the pod tries to clean it up, people still remember. They still bring up how you move, your relationships, all of it. That controlling label, it didn't come from nowhere. People saw the clips, the text, the behavior. So when situations like this happen, it reinforces what they already believe. And that's why reactions are so strong right now. But look, I'm not going to keep dragging Mona either. I've been on her heavy, and I can admit when it starts feeling excessive. I still stand on what I've said before, but I don't need to go overboard with it every time. That being said, I'm still calling it how I see it, because at the end of the day, accountability has to be across the board. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about all this. If you caught the JBP Rewind, you already know what I'm talking about. If not, it'll probably hit YouTube soon, so just wait for it. No need to pay for it unless you're already tapped in. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, all that. I'll catch y'all in the next one.